Good morning. Hello, hi, Adab, and Sat Shri Akal. I'm your Humraz, RJ Abhinav, and presenting you Creative Canvas Exploring Career Series. Today, we are going to talk about media. Media serves as a powerful tool, especially we are telling you everything and bridging information between the content creator and their audience. It works as a catalyst to start the dialogue, and it always try to work to start them and to engage the audience, to entertain them, and to give them the information. Ultimately, it works as a mirror to the society. And on this topic, today, for talk, for conversation, and interaction, we have invited a great personality, a guest. But before I'm telling you her name, I want to tell you some things about her. She has been assistant professor and a full-time faculty in Kishan Chand Chelaram College, affiliated to Mumbai University till October 2019, and thereafter constituent college of HSNC University. For undergraduate, she has worked as BAMM Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media courses, years and specializations, advertising and journalism. BAFT and MP, Bachelor of Arts in Film, Television and New Media Production, Media and Management courses. For postgraduates, MACJ, Master of Arts in Communication and Journalism Communication, Theory and Mentoring the students. MAEMA, Master of Arts in Entertainment, Media and Advertising, Media and Management courses. For Jai Hind College, Department of Commerce affiliated to the University of Mumbai. And as a visiting faculty, DJMC Mumbai 2022 and present MA in Communication and Journalism, University of Mumbai, and then NMIMS Mumbai Media and Marketing Communication PG Diploma and course Chen University Bangalore, LJIMS Gujarat, MET Mumbai, and she has been and is effective link between academia and industry through podcast. And let me tell you her name. She is Mrs. Sudha Ravishankar. Ma'am, very warm welcome here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to the podcast.
Okay. Yes, actually, pleasure is all mine, ma'am. Okay. So I'm going to start some questions to you now. First question for the media and the students and the influencers. How does the academic study of media prepare individuals for the realities and challenges of working in the media industries?
See, the media courses, like every other course, they prepare them with the basic knowledge.
Okay.
They give them the kind of information that one needs to know. And a lot of it depends on the student as well as on how much they're able to adopt to the situation.
Okay.
Now, many institutions are also providing the opportunity for them to work in an internship before they go to the real world.
Okay.
So that they have some knowledge about how the whole thing works.
Especially with the practical knowledge and how they are working.
Yeah.
And for that, especially, I also want to ask you that what is expected in the media industries and they are working as a media academic programs, and if so, how can these gaps to be bridged?
See, what happens in the media industry is, as well as like any other industry, the best thing that they do in these courses is invite somebody from the media industry.
Okay.
Whereby they try and tell them what is the reality, teach them a few papers, and if there are any projects, they take the students on.
Okay.
So that gives them an opportunity to have a feel of the real world, and also for them to know which is their area of proficiency.
Okay, so here also comes the point where, especially about the idealization and their ideology and how they are working. I mean, how can media academic programs better incorporate real world experiences, industry partnership or internship, as actually mentioned about that, to enhance students' preparedness for the media industries?
So what happens is there is that industry academia interaction. We have conferences. We have seminars and other workshops. So they come into space where they network with various people.
Okay.
That gives them the opportunity to work in that space. And if they are good, they probably get a placement.
Okay.
That depends on how it is. And it also depends on the individual and what they want. If they want to work in a certain industry, what is it they're looking for? Whether they need to have more skills. So all that the college provides. But the best platform the college can provide is the opportunity to intern, to work, and also the opportunity for them to interact with the industry. And also another thing that we also do is the conference, as I said, and other co-curricular activity
Okay.
to enhance that.
The next question is, ma'am, how do you keep students updated with the rapidly evolving nature of the media landscape? Actually, now you know the emergence of the AI, artificial intelligence, and actually so much things they are coming.
See,
Landscape, and how does the impact graduates entering the industry?
okay. So that's a very loaded question. So what I'm going to talk is break it down. See, first of all, we need to be in touch with the industry. We need to be in touch with what's happening around us. We need, as teachers, as academicians, we need to be in touch with what it is, which is why, again, conferences and co-curricular activities become important. And what we do talk about it in class. Now, AI and Chat GPT has got a lot of coverage. So even
Yes.
if I don't talk about it, students know about it.
Because actually there are also something is going on, because some of the news channel, even firstly in the south and now also in the Hindi belt, they have started a digital news
Yes.
anchor, actually the show
Yes.
with that, and the night actually she is coming and she is actually talking fluently,
Yeah.
and even actually they are now creating the digital news anchor, and they can talk in every language
Every
in India.
language, yes.
So I mean, is it the impact for the media, for the students, and for the job, especially for the future?
See, it works both ways. One is AI is good and AI is not good. If I look at the positive side of AI, yes, we can utilize an anchor when somebody is not present.
Okay, yes,
But when somebody is there, yes, why not utilize that person? Also, when I look at AI and Chat GPT, I do find that there are errors in the kind of content that is created.
you are right, absolutely.
So it's better that a human does it. In fact, it was a very interesting conversation when somebody asked Jaishankar ji yesterday
Oh,
that do you use Chat GPT for your speeches? So he said, I don't. So anybody from the current place or whatever, I don't think will like Chat GPT because there's too much interference.
so actually it should be a man with the machine, but not man versus the machine.
Yes, it should not. There is no replacement for the human touch.
Yeah, you are right.
It is
Especially,
very true.
I always think about that, that if you are coming with the artificial intelligence or something like that, but actually you are not recreating the next Leonardo da Vinci, the next Vincent van Gogh or Salvador Dali or Picasso, or actually any creator or any painter or any artist like that.
Yes, you can't. And well, I mean, when you have a human anchor, why do we need a artificial person?
No, you are right. You are absolutely right about that. Okay, what are some of the key differences between theoretical knowledge and gained through media academics and practical skills, especially?
Skills is something
add
that you can acquire. Theoretical knowledge is something that you need. It's a combination of skill and theory. Now, suppose we are working on say, Photoshop. That's a skill.
Yes.
But to take that picture is a talent.
Oh yes.
So
Correct.
how are you utilizing that? You also need to have knowledge of the technical part so that you understand what is fake news or what is deep fake
Yes.
and all those kind of things, so that you don't make that mistake and put the picture like what happened recently with the royal family when they showed the picture of Princess Catherine with her kids,
Oh yes.
which they had doctored. So even when they are doing that, many people realize that all is not well. So,
Especially you also raised the one important topic now. You have talked about the deep fake, but now we have seen the impact of the AI, especially with the deep fake, because deep fake now affect the lives of the celebrities. Actually, it was earlier impacting the life of us as a common man, but now with the Sachin Tendulkar or Rashmika Mandana, actually what happened, you know about that. So is it actually some kind of the limitation should be there, or we should actually imply some limitations for the use of deepfake or artificial intelligence?
that's an ethical space. Any job needs ethics. So when we are trying to do something to ruin somebody's livelihood or lifestyle, I don't think it's a fair thing. Secondly, I believe in one thing very clearly, that any person, celebrity or otherwise, even any individual,
Oh, yes.
has a right to their privacy. So
Correct.
why are we doing this in the name of this? Which is the reason why you will find paparazzi wherever
Yes.
you go. They are there in the airport. They are there when you get off the car.
Sometimes they're at a very big pain.
But though
You
they
don't know
may
what
be
I'm saying.
doing their talent, it also harms the privacy of individuals. And I think all these other techniques like morphing and deepfake and fake news and everything completely destroys the entire beauty of media.
Oh, especially with the now important topic with the fake news now actually coming to death, what are some ethical considerations that media academics and industry professionals need to address when preparing students for the career in the media field? And you can also tell us about the fake news, how they are using it or is it for the propaganda, or is it for the news, is it for actually generating some money, or actually how you are going to tell the audience about that.
See, anything fake cannot remain fake for a long time.
Oh, correct.
Somewhere the truth will come out, number one. Number two, by doing fake news, you're losing the faith of the audience.
Correct.
Number three, you're teaching students the wrong thing. And number four, if you're doing it for TRP, you're not going very far. Because somewhere somebody will catch up with you. So my opinion is, when we are doing fake news, one, it's against your conscience. You do that to someone, what is the guarantee somebody won't do it to you?
Oh, yes.
And fake news has now got a name. But previous we had the rumor mill. It was called the rumor mill.
Rumor mill, yes.
Now it has got a fancy name, which is fake news. The other thing is, unlike earlier times, fake news spreads very fast on social media. That is the scare. And
yes.
Sometimes that fake news can also go to the extent of putting people in an inconvenient position. Some
yes.
of it affects them mentally. Some of
they're
them
going to depression
and all
they're
that
very
kind
much
of
sad
thing.
and anxious about that.
And so people stop communicating. So somewhere the whole thing has blown out of proportion.
It should be stopped.
And it should be stopped. And more than anything else, have some self-regulation, because as an individual, when you are there as a professional, you shouldn't lose your professional etiquette.
Oh, you are right. Actually, you are saying something in the indirectly way that it's always good to have the good manners.
Yes, you need that, because that carries you a long way in any profession.
Okay, directly. Again, nicely explained, ma'am. Okay. Are there any misconceptions or idealizations about the media industries perpetuated within media academic circles, and how can these be addressed?
See, everybody has a right to an ideology. Everybody has a right to a perspective, as long as you are able to share it with people in a fair way. The only thing is, you can't impose that ideology on someone,
That is
which
a
I
beautiful
don't
thing
think.
actually you said now, because right now these days we are seeing actually they are imposing the ideas and imposing their POVs to someone others.
It's not wrong to mention a POV. I have no problem in that. Only thing is, the person consuming it should be mature enough to understand.
Correct.
That audience, whomever is your audience, you should be in a mature position to understand that. And you should also know whether if it's a young mind, how do you kind of address that particular issue. You can always say what you want, but with that polish.
Okay, great, in the polished way. Okay. And you have actually told us about that, ma'am. Also about the ethical consideration. Now, moving forward for our famous rapid fire round. I think you're ready for that. Especially, I have a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
At least 12.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see how good I'm at.
Okay, and maybe at that time, if actually I come with the new question, so please pardon me for that.
Okay. Okay.
Coffee or tea while working on your projects?
Either is fine.
Okay.
Coffee, depending on the time of the day.
Okay.
It's fine.
What is the weirdest question someone asked you in your work or in your class, especially?
There have been many, but some of them asked whether I was related to Pandit Ravishankar. And the latest thing people are saying is whether I am related to Sudha Murthy because I look like her, is what they claim.
That actually I wanted to ask you whether, trust me, actually I did not ask you because I thought that you would be, you will mind it then, but actually your name is same, and I always actually trying to remember the name, not the Sudha Krishnamurthy but the Sudha Ravishankar. Actually I was actually remembering it like that. You have met her in your lifetime?
No, she's been my idol and I would like to meet her sometime. I didn't have the opportunity.
Okay, someone actually came to you, ma'am, give us the autograph.
No, not yet. That didn't happen yet. No.
Okay, that's nice. It said, ma'am. Okay, so that was the weirdest question of some of the questions. Okay, now mountains or beaches? Which one you like? Both. You are actually talking like that. Actually, I am going with the Saraswati and the Lakshmi at the same time, and actually need the equilibrium and the balance in the life. Okay. What's your favorite snack to munch on while brainstorming for your projects?
I don't think I should munch because I have to keep my weight down.
Okay. What's your favorite snack? And you have told me about that. What's the last book or movie that inspired your creativity? Actually, you loved it the most.
Mm, They've been very nice movies that I've watched, and I liked Erin Brockovich. It's a very, very nice movie where they talk about a social cause by a lady, and she's a lawyer. She becomes a lawyer later on. It's an amazing story how she carries out the entire thing for the cause of the people affected by cancer because of a mistake made by a corporate.
Oh, my
It's a beautiful movie. And I love watching that movie because it's a very strong message to people not to mess around with the environment. It's a beautiful movie.
And what's your favorite book?
I've got a lot of books.
Or some writers, especially, that you want to keep reading and reading.
Yeah, I keep reading. The one person whom I really like is that he writes those lovely sarcasm. Art Bushwald. He writes very nice sarcastic stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I love that humor that he has. P.G. Woodhouse is my favorite.
Or something especially with Agatha Christie or detective
Agatha
novels.
Christie I like.
Murder on the Orient Express or The Death on an Isle.
No, there was a man in a brown suit. That is one which I liked of Agatha Christie.
उसका वाला cinema actually मुझे अभी देखना पड़ता है. I actually watched the Kenneth Branagh cinema, especially the Murder and the Death on an Isle, and it was nice stories, definitely.
No, Murder on the Orient Express is a classic.
It's a classic.
But A Man in a Brown Suit is something that I like.
No,
I also like Perry Mason novels. They're all good.
Okay, great. Early bird or the night owl when it comes to the working on your project?
It depends on what I have to do.
Okay.
I have
If
to
actually I'm
complete-
coming to take the morning classes at the 10 a.m.
No, I work both ways, depending on the deadline, what I have to do. I don't mind stretching a night, or I don't mind get up early morning as long as the deadline is met.
What's the motto for life in one sentence?
Always do good, think good, be good.
Okay, great, nice, beautiful. Now giving the choices is like the this or that, Rajiv Sardesai, because you're from the media field now. Rajiv Sardesai and Abdul Swami Vinod Dua or Ravish Kumar, which one you choose and why?
Can I have a bit of a thing here?
The balance,
Okay,
especially
yeah.
with them.
So the thing is, Rajdeep Sardesai was very good when he was with NDTV. Of late, he has changed his style. Not questioning that.
Yeah, you're right.
Arnab Goswami is good right now because he's in a certain position and he's gone through a different thing vis-a-vis some of the others. Vinod Dua I respect because he is a very stable journalist.
Oh yes.
Ravish Kumar, I wouldn't have much to comment about.
Okay, especially it is about the mindset or the ideology. Especially, I don't want to talk. Okay, I got the idea, but how has the rise of streaming platforms changed the landscape of electronic media?
It has changed for the good. It has made people operate from wherever they are, especially when you're looking at people who are senior and who don't want to move around. It has given them an opportunity to watch what they would like, be it a spiritual thing or a religious thing or an entertainment platform or sports for that matter. It has given them that opportunity. It has also given opportunity to people. I mean, they don't have to travel in the sun to go to a theatre and watch things. You can sit in the comfort of your house and do it. So that is another thing. Streaming platforms, when we talk about visual platforms, they're audio-visual platforms, they're good. But when you're talking about, what you may call it?
The OTT
audio platforms. I like the audio platforms.
Oh, you meant to say actually like the podcast or the
Yeah.
audio podcast or the
Podcasts,
audiobooks?
audio podcasts, and music, Spotify and all that. So because that gives you your space, your choice, your music, and what you want to do.
Which way actually music you want to listen or you actually love to listen? The retro, Hindustani classical, Kumar Gandha or something like that?
I listen to all music, right from classical to pop to alternative music,
That is
I
actually
love-
great with me, especially. That is actually common thing between us, especially. But being an RJ, क्योंकि मैंने ये सारा सब कुछ सुना और सुनना ही पड़ा, but not actually as great as you.
No, no,
Because
no,
actually you have
nothing
the
of that
long
sort.
playlist. I think I must say about that.
No, I like good music. That's the thing.
Okay. And in the retro also, in the Bollywood playback singing retro, Kishore,
Oh
Rafi,
yeah,
Mukesh,
yeah. I
Lata.
would love Talat Mahmood.
Talat Mahmood, nice.
He has very nice voice. Mukesh ji has a lovely voice. Ahmed Rafi ji.
Oh, great.
Can't forget Hemant Kumar ji.
Hemant Kumar, nice. Especially वो तो musician भी तो अच्छा है. He has given the nice songs, especially जो कि वही गा सकते थे. वो शाम को अजीब थी and he created तुम पुकार लो.
तो was
Kishore actually sang it. He composed the song.
Good composer.
But actually I like the song तुम पुकार लो. तुम्हारा इंतजार है. That is a lovely one, especially. Which one is your favorite?
Hemant Kumar ji. There's so many of us. But right now, I just like to listen to him.
Okay. Now, what are the key differences between propaganda and journalism? That is actually key questions for me. So I want to tell the audience, and especially from your side of view, and to teach the students actually what you believe in.
What we do during an election is propaganda. What I write about the election as an analysis is journalism.
Okay.
Since the elections are coming up, that's the more recent thing to do. But if I were to talk about propaganda, I mean, I'm talking about a film, I will definitely have a propaganda there. But if I want to analyze a story or analyze a film, then that would become more of a journalistic thing.
Okay. So actually same, do you think that same happened with the Kashmir Files or the Schindler's List in that way?
See, Schindler's List is a different ball game, and it was a true story, which happened in Kashmir Files as well. The build-up to the film is a propaganda. Everybody has a right to do it. But what happened after the film was seen is the reality check, which many people don't know.
Okay, great. You're right, ma'am, about that. The powerful reply, especially, was how can the media be used as a tool for social change and activism? I mean, if they are actually, it is being used for the social change or activism. Nowadays.
It has been done. It has been done in many ways. For instance, if I'm looking at environmental change, now I find many organizations going for recycling and all that. In fact, I have a nice organization which comes and picks up stuff from my home and takes it away so that it is not strewn all over the place. We do the same for electronic waste, which I think is a good thing. So media can be used in a positive way and should be used as well.
Only some of the actually celebrities for work for that in that way. I mean, Emma Watson or Leonardo DiCaprio actually they do work for that.
They do work for that, but that is more of what I would call celebrity activism. But I would like to take it as a common man who's a normal civilian who's taken up certain stands to see that things are changing and things are improving. I think that becomes a big thing for me because I think celebrities will do that because they know that that's a role they need to play. But when a civilian takes it up and says that, look here, let's take it upon ourselves and do it, I think that is the biggest change.
Okay, great, nicely explained, ma'am. Okay, that is the last one of the questions, and you can also tell me some of the things actually. How has the concept of the fake news evolved, and what are its consequences? You have told us actually about the fake news, but actually, can you tell us about the consequences?
The consequences on a person who's not well acquainted with that can be very difficult to convince. They may say that no, I read it, that is right, and then there ensues a debate. But what also happens is that it's not information which is correct, and you carry on with that, then people are likely to feel a little difficult about it because somewhere if you're proved wrong, where do you keep your face? It's not face saving. So fake news has that kind of impact, and fake news makes people believe that it is right. So that becomes a problem. But I think today there are more fact checkers. I think there are people who are aware of what happens. As I said, the rumor mill, it has to stop somewhere.
Okay, so actually, do you also think that media is now, that is the next question, the firing one, media is now actually on the pinnacles of its works, or actually how it is working, or is there any hope? I mean, if they are working good, or they should transfer everything on the social media now, actually the digital platform. What do you say? Is there any existence for the print journalism? Actually, it is working fine in the comparison of the digital journalism or the electronic journalism.
See, to me, for digital to survive, traditional has to be there.
Correct.
You cannot do away with it. Whether it is newspaper, whether it's radio, whether it is television, you cannot do away with it. Why? Because that's where the whole thing evolved. Now, suppose I were to say that no, you take away the newspaper and only leave digital, it won't work. Because when you feel the newspaper in the morning, when you hear the radio in the day, when you watch a television for some time, not for long, or when you watch a sports thing on television, the whole beauty of the thing stays with you.
And people also say about that, especially it is not as biased actually like the electronic media or the digital. The newspaper still has some vibes now.
Newspaper will have it because as long as you read, newspaper will be there. People are not going to stop reading.
Yes, you're right.
And the thing is, I love to have a newspaper on a Sunday afternoon and read the features, read the op-ed page. I'm not interested in the headlines, but this is something that will make you feel good.
For the headlines, actually, do you also think, they are now not telling you the narration, but actually they are also telling their narrative from their POV with the news. Earlier, it was a time in the Doordarshan. Now, actually, they were only stating the news.
No, but that is editorial policy because that's the way it reacts. Like if you see some of the news channels or you see some of the headlines in the newspapers, it will always come with that because they want their channel to be well known.
Oh, yes, actually, they are actually working for the highest TRP.
Highest TRP, which is one. And they also feel that opinions matter.
Okay, correct.
More than news, its opinions matter. So whether the opinion is right or wrong is a different story.
Always actually I remember this dialogue of the run when Amitabh Bachchan said कि पहले जो कि माध्यम था पैसा और लक्ष्य था खबरें, अब लक्ष्य हो गया पैसा और माध्यम है खबरें. Actually, how do you relate with that quote?
See, I do not deny the fact that people need money.
Okay.
Because the world is like that. I cannot ask people to be philanthropists. But the old school will always work for the news and not for money. But today, we have to find a more equitable space that you work and you get what is due for you. You have to be paid what you do. Initially, journalists weren't paid too well. They did it because they loved it. Teachers were not paid so well because they did the work for a passion.
Yes.
So if journalism is your passion and your calling, you work for it and you get paid for it. But if it's only you're working for the money, you're not going to get anywhere. And that is true of any industry, not just journalism.
Any message you want to convey to especially the students who are coming into the field of media or the journalism or especially the filmmaking and the production and the post-production?
I'd only say one thing. Whatever you do, give it your best. And do it with a passion. You should have that passion to do it. And if you're not feeling up to it, don't do it for that period. Come back to it and then do it later. Because that's what fetches you the maximum TRPs. That is the respect that you get from the society. And that's something I will always keep as my motto, that if you want to be known, not only for society, but for your own conscience as well. Tomorrow when you look back, you should say that yes, I did something good. I didn't do something wrong.
Oh great, very nice message, especially to the students of arts and especially who are all watching it. And there was Mrs. Sudha Ravishankar with us. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being with us. Thank you so much.